Okay, I want to say good morning to my instructor. This is week 3, and good morning to my classmates, Full Sail University. And this is this is week 3 media strategy for a client. Okay, all right. And this assignment, task 2, analysis strategy presentation. Okay. For this assignment, we are uh, asked to come up with a high-profile celebrity, actor, sports star, or musician who has made a huge image-altering public blunder in the last year or two. Okay, this one is very, very easy for me. Okay, and I'm gonna scroll to his picture. This actually just happened within the last couple days, and this is my buddy Chris Brown. This is who I am choosing to do my media strategy, media analysis and strategy on. Okay, and if you all don't know Chris Brown, just to give a little background before I actually go, because I did put my analysis and strategy out in Word. Okay, but just to give you a quick background, of course, this is playing a video of him, um, so forth. But he had just recently um, got in trouble. His latest, just in the last week or two, he was in Paris, and he, along with two unnamed associates, was accused of another rape allegation against a female. Okay. Um, he was released, to my knowledge, in Paris, but they are still investigating as we speak. Okay, and if you all don't know, Chris Brown, he has a history, checkered history, with domestic violence. Okay, his most famous one, and this is not the only one, but the one he's most famous for, Rihanna, if you also know, she's also a famous singer. Well, they used to, have a relationship, boyfriend girlfriend, back in 2009, and he was arrested, gone to trial, and he admitted that he physically abused Rihanna. Okay, went to jail for that. Matter of fact, it's in my paper, but I believe he was sentenced. I'm just going to pull this up because I don't remember exactly how long he went. Yeah, he had the incident resulted in a felony assault charge and 5-year probation with community service. This is back in February 2009 with his ex-girlfriend Rihanna, who's also a famous singer. Okay, um, there's more. He's had numerous charges. I know he had to go to also for drug problems with drugs as well. He has been in numerous rehab facilities. One he got kicked out of because he did something to his mother's car, like smash it, um, something like that, and they kicked him out. So, and that was a violation of his probation. So he has had numerous problems and run-ins uh, with this type of problem. Okay, and there is a just going by memory. There's a couple times where I remember that he was actually waning in popularity, and I'm gonna go to this article here real quickly. I can find it. Give me a second here. Okay, all right, for some reason. Okay, yeah, here we are. All right, he has an interview here with Gail Mitchell. This one is Not Everyone's Going to Like Me. Um, he talks about mainly his run-in with Rihanna and so forth, and you know what did he learn, the mature things that he learned, and so forth. Um, so he hasn't learned a whole lot, obviously. Uh, his public image is still taking a big time hit. You would think after he said he showed remorse and he was ashamed of himself for what happened with Rihanna. But now he does, this. He also had an incident in D.C. where he got into a fight, uh, I think outside of a hotel. There's also a female that at a club, I believe this is in West Palm Beach or the Miami area, that took pictures of, tried to take a picture of him. He got mad, took the female's phone and shoved her to the ground. And she also reported an incident that she suffered injuries because of, yeah, so Chris has a uh, big problem here with his image, okay? And as the assigned person that's going to try to help him uh, uh, repair his image, this is what I came up with. Okay, um, in my social media analysis of Chris Brown, his most recent crises as a public figure, due to his success as an international singer, artist, and actor, has fallen due to his most recent crisis of being arrested in Paris on allegations of rape and drug violations. His public image has already taken a huge hit, especially among women, due to his strange relationship with his girlfriend Rihanna, who he actually pled guilty of domestic violence against her back in February 2009, which I've already talked about. The results of his incident was a felony charge with a 5-year probation with community service, which we talked about. He has had numerous other run-ins with other women since then, from fans and clubs to his own tour manager, which I forgot to mention. Um, she also he had a problem with her and she left. Now, with this latest incident, more harm has come to his image. No charges have been filed against him at this point, and 2 others unnamed individuals, but the investigation is still ongoing, which I've talked about. However, the singer maintains his innocence and that the allegations against him are false. Denial. The problem that Chris Brown will face is the perception of his past reputation, which is littered with court appearances and sentences in jail. Okay, here's my social media strategy for Chris. Okay, if I would sit down and talk to him, and I was the one that would to start implementing this, I feel the best way for Chris to rebuild his public image is a message of regret through a new release of a song entitled Changed Man that's going to be written by him. Okay? And I forgot to put this in here. He would also follow this up with the video of him, maybe with some of the pictures of him and in court, saying that he no longer is associating himself with this type of behavior. And in this video, you see him at domestic violence centers helping out. Just small clips and just small audio clips, within the song, with them, doing something that's positive. That's going to be step number 1, is to have this song released. Okay, now it's going to take a concerted effort by him, and he's going to have to be consistent. But this is step number 1. The idea behind this is, like I said, a consistent message of contrite, followed up by actions that will show the general public that Chris is maturing and a willingness to help others who have been victims of domestic violence themselves. This is action number one. Okay, we that's going to be one. Okay, now we're going to have number two. We will use the power of social media to help revamp the image of Chris by arranging a number of posts through Facebook and tweets through Twitter with a consistent theme of remorse and the random disperse of sound clips of audio messages. SoundCloud, we just learned about that. I would have Chris create just some small clips, download some small audio clips of him, maybe singing a few verses of his new song, Change Man, that's going to be relevant to helping him repair his image. And, maybe a few sound clips of, him doing some good things at these domestic violence centers out of his own volunteer, not something he's sentenced to do, but out of his own volunteer humanity that he's volunteering to, that he wants to rebuild his public image. Okay, he's gonna use SoundCloud, download these, upload those audio clips to SoundCloud, and he's going to actually post. We're going to help him post this to his social media accounts, such as Facebook and Twitter mainly. Okay, because as you know, social media accounts such as Twitter and Facebook, um, a singer who's got it, very popular international star is going to have a lot of followers. So when anything new posted, and especially Twitter, it's got that blue check on there, they know it's him. It's immediately going to get a lot of views, a lot of retweets, okay, a lot of comments, okay. This will help Chris rebuild his image, okay. But again, this is phase two. We're gonna reassess that after maybe 60 days, and we'll see the perception of the public has. Twitter is gonna Twitter is an animal, okay. People are very mean, forthcoming about the way they feel. They use profanity a lot. If they like you, they're going to support you, but they're not going to pull any punches. If they don't appreciate or they think you're phony, they're going to let you know. That's just the bottom line of that. So we're going to use the power of social media to see where we're at with Chris. Okay. Yeah, this has changed so much. Let me erase this real quick. Okay. All right. So we want to, and I believe phase three, he's going to get interviews from people such as like Oprah and other people that's going to be asking Chris some questions. Are you serious about rebuilding your image? Is this you? Are you really a changed man? So he's going to be asked some tough questions. But we want Chris to go in there with a smile on his face and smile and be carefree and just believe that everything's going to be all right. He's going to have to be structured. He's going to have to the time off he has. He's going to have to spend repairing his image and less time. Spend more time spending time with his family, less time going out to clubs and so forth, and the people that's going to steer him in the wrong direction. So that's the three-phase steps, action steps that I would have Chris do to help him repair his image. Now, some things I found off the internet, but here's a couple of my references here, off of actually the Full Sail library here that talks about Chris Brown. Does he deserve it? Does Chris Brown deserve his comeback? Okay, So here he's in an interview, uh, and asked, and saying why he deserves it. Some of it's self-denial, and some of us believe why. And here, the second one here, where he's interviewed by Mitchell here, he said, "Not everyone in the world is going to like me." Okay, here to me, he's really making excuses of what happened. There's some contrite, but he's, and this is why the self-denial is, which is why he got himself back in trouble here. So this is going to be a big project to help Chris rebuild his image. Um, but that's my social media strategy for Chris Brown to rebuild his image. I'm going to summarize again. Phase one, or action step one, is to have Chris record a new song called Change Man. Okay, and it's going to be released, this big release. Okay, and it's going to be followed up by and follow up with a video that he's going to make with the song of him, showing his past troubles and showing the new image that he's trying to portray. Okay, and we'll have some audio clips that we can integrate within the song of him helping out at these domestic violence centers. And then phase action step two is him using the power of social media. We're going to use the power of social media to tweet and Facebook and audio clips, and we'll have some photos. We'll use Gmail, Google account to go, post some pictures that he's taken at these domestic violence centers and post that on his account as well. Might use Instagram as well. I didn't put that down there, but we can integrate. Or we can use Google, power of Google to use the photo section to actually take that from the domestic violence centers and post that to his social media accounts. Okay, and then of course phase three we've already mentioned, which I didn't um, write down here, is that he's going to be getting interviews from people like Oprah, and they're going to ask him some tough questions, but he's going to reiterate what he's already done, smile, and this is going to go a long ways to help him repair his image as long as he's consistent and there's no more run-ins. Okay, this is my presentation for my celebrity in crisis, Chris Brown. Hope you all enjoy this, and I will catch you all the next time I do an audio. Have a great day, everybody.